Hey everyone, good morning. Francis here. I'm your social BFF expert, and I would like to welcome everyone to our session today. I also have with me some of the members of the Mojo support team, and as usual, they'll be helping us in the background answering our questions. Okay, so thank you guys for joining our webinar. I can see we already have Kent, we have Christina, we have Mark and Robert, and a few more are still joining. So again, welcome to our webinar, and nice to have you today. Okay, so we have a few more participants joining. Welcome to our webinar, and today we'll be discussing how to rapidly grow your business, build stronger connections, and monetize those connections with social BFF. Okay, so let me know in the chat box if you guys can hear me okay. Kent, this is a live session today. Okay, thanks, Kent. All right, thank you so much, Mark. Okay, so I guess everyone can hear me okay. Okay, so while we are waiting for others to join, so let me know in the chat box the number one thing that you would like to take away from this training. And of course, we'll try to cover all of them as much as possible. Okay? I think we have a few more joining us. Okay, so we have Robert and Martin. Hi, Martin. Hi, Robert. Thanks for joining. Okay, so let me know. So if you have questions along the way, of course, just type it in our chat box and we'll answer them for you with the help of our awesome Mojo team. And whenever I get the chance, I will be reading off some of those questions and answer them live. Okay, so let's start with some of our reminders here. So, of course, our training is going to be for 1 hour. You will get the most from this training by participating and following along. So of course, this training is for you. So we really encourage that you ask questions. From time to time, I'll be throwing out some spot checks, some questions. So of course, feel free to answer or, if you have questions, let us know. Okay, and this training will be recorded and the replay will be uploaded in the members area. So, just in case you will be missing out a topic or two. If you will be joining late, for example, don't worry. We'll be uploading this in our membership area. And in case you don't have access to the members area yet, so you can always contact us at the email that you can see on the screen. That's support@mojoglobal.com. Okay. Short video tutorials can also be found in YouTube. All you need to do is search our channel, that's Social BFF. So you can have, you can go there at your own time, view some of the videos that we have about social BFF to get you started. And the last three bullets there that you can see on the screen would be for those who already have the social BFF and they're already using it. So just, a few reminders to maximize the use. It's telling us to limit the usage to 100 connection requests per day and to send connection requests to second degree only. So of course, the reason why we want to do that, we'll be discussing that in a bit. Okay, and the focus of our topic or lesson today would be about connecting, messaging, and monetizing. So we'll be focusing on that. And of course, to make sure that your data is safe and secure, it's always a good idea to download your social BFF data weekly. And I'll show you also in a bit how you can do that in our application. Okay, so yeah, so we have questions here from Kent. Why not contact third degree connection? So yeah, that's a very good question. Best practice is to send to second degree connections only because LinkedIn doesn't like us getting a lot of rejects from our connection invites. Of course, if we'll be sending requests to the third degree, chances are they don't know you, right? And if people don't know you, they might decline your connection request. And if we get a lot of those, then LinkedIn might, flag our profile, as someone who is spammy, right? Corey says it's dangerous to contact more than 75 connections. Well, yeah, so that's, well, 75 to 100 is pretty safe. So 75, of course, definitely is a lot safer. So if you can, stay within that, then you are safe. Okay, so we just want to avoid getting flagged by LinkedIn. So of course, if you're using Sales Navigator, you have more connection requests available to you, but we still recommend that you still stay within 75 to 100 requests per day, okay? Or 50 to 75. So yeah, the less number of connection requests that you will be sending out, so that's better, right? Okay, any questions again as we go along? So just type it in our comment box. All right, so let's get the ball rolling. Okay, so again, these are the three things that we would want to focus on. So connect, message, and monetize. So each of these steps would be discussed as we go along in training, and this is how Social BFF will be helping us. Okay, actually, we have a short video here. I can play this, but I'm not sure if the audio will work fine. But anyway, I will send a link to our chat box, and just give me a sec. I'll be sending this to everyone. Okay, so I sent you a link to a YouTube video. It's the same video that you can see on the screen. It's a very short video, 3 minutes. So let's give everyone 3 minutes, to view the video on your own PC there, so you can hear the audio clearly, and then we'll continue with our lesson after 3 minutes. Okay, sounds great. Okay, I'll be playing the video. This is just going to give us an idea on what Social BFF is all about. Okay, so let's give the others a couple more minutes. I just sent them a link to the YouTube video for those who can't hear the audio from my end. All right, is everyone done watching? Let me know in the chat box if you guys are still watching the video. You can put there yes if you're done or no if you're still watching it. Okay, Champ says finished. Thank you so much, Champ. Mark says yes. Thank you, Mark. Same with Glenn. All right. Okay, ER, I think is still watching it, so let's give ER a few more minutes. Okay, ER is also done. Anyone else watching, still watching the video? Okay, I guess everyone's done. All right. Okay, so Social BFF again is our number one application that we use for for sending the connection request in LinkedIn. So it's there's also mentioned there why we focus on LinkedIn. There's a lot of other social medias out there, but Mojo Global and of course Social BFF is focusing on LinkedIn. Okay, so if you are asking why LinkedIn, right? Why not Facebook? Why not focus on Twitter? Why not focus on Instagram? Here are the reasons. So LinkedIn, as we know, so the people, most of the people there are business people. And of course, business people are professionals. They are more serious. They have higher network contacts compared to other social media out there. And they have access to decision makers. So most of the time, the people who are using LinkedIn are business owners, CEOs, directors, managers, and so on. And the focus is B2B. So if you have a business and you're planning to sell your products and services to other businesses, so LinkedIn is the best platform or channel for you. Okay, here are some stats just to share. We have 500 million people in LinkedIn, and every second, more people are joining. Actually, two people join LinkedIn every second, and the average LinkedIn member salary is $112,000. So that's almost twice as much as those who are using Facebook and Twitter. So imagine the potential. Imagine, how much we can get from social BFF if we're going to use it for, just like the video, what the video said, it's a gold mine out there, right? I have another spot check for you. So what do you think is the maximum number of connection that you can have in LinkedIn? Okay, so again, I encourage everyone, for those already attended the last time, so you might already know the answer to this, but those who are joining us the first time, so what do you think? What's the maximum number of connection that you can have on LinkedIn? Okay, so Cham says 30,000, Roger says 30,000, ER says 30,000, and you are all correct. So there are two reasons why we're asking that. So number one, so again, so 30,000, imagine how much potential again, right? So how many people you can send your calendar invites to close the deal. So that's how many people you have in your pipeline. And number two, it's going to take a while if you're going to send connection requests, if you're going to send messages, for example, manually, right? Although you can still do that, but that's the reason why we have social BFF. Social BFF is actually going to make our lives easier by automating those things to us. So just imagine sending connection requests or messages to 30,000 people, right? Oh, we have a question here from Kent. Where can we watch this webinar later? So we have in our members area, so we have their replays. Um, I can ask Claudette, one of our module support team, to to send you an email on where you can exactly find it, but it's going to be in the membership area. I think it's titled Live Replays. Okay. Okay, another question for everyone. Who here has not installed the social BFF software yet? Or I think the better question is, who here is new, first time to attend the session? Okay, you can let me know by typing in our chat box if this is your first time to attend this session. Okay, so Champ, this is Champ's first time. Glenn is also a first timer. All right. I have not installed. I have the pro version. Very good. Thanks so much, ER. Roger says not new, but haven't installed the social BFF. Okay. All right. That's cool. Anyone else who's new? So for those who already attended this before, that's okay. We might have a repeat of some of the things that we have already covered the last time, since, well, we have new students today. But if you do have questions that we were not able to answer from the last time, or if you discovered something new while using the social BFF, feel free to share with everyone, okay? And then for the new ones, that's okay. If you haven't installed the social BFF software yet, I can actually send you a link. So please check your chat box. I'll be sending you a link where you can download the software. Okay, I'm sending this to everyone. Okay, there you go. So just go to that link. That's where you can get, it's the Chrome Web Store. Just download the regular or the standard version, okay? And then later on, I'll teach you how you can get the Pro if you don't have the Pro yet. Okay, Glenn says, I've installed the Pro, so thanks, Glenn. All right. Okay, so I've just sent the link. Let me know if you don't have it yet. Okay, so this is what we're going to do. We'll discuss how to set up the social BFF. We'll start from installation since we have some who don't have the software yet. And then we'll discuss how to set it up correctly, okay? And then of course, if you don't have the Pro, let us know. Send an email to support@mojoglobal.com and we'll send you the license key if you've already purchased the Pro version. Or if you don't have yet, if you only have the standard and you would like to get the Pro, so the same, send us an email at support@mojoglobal.com, okay? After that, we'll talk about how to use the software. We'll give some hacks or tips on using the social BFF, probably some troubleshooting tips as well. And of course, we'll answer your questions along the way. Okay, so is everyone ready to start or yeah, ready for the lesson today? Okay, so installing the social BFF, that's what we're going to do first. So let me know if you don't have the link yet. I can send it to you individually. Let's just check here. Kent is asking membership area. So yes, it's for the certified social leads consultant membership area. Oh, sorry, this is for the social BFF. Yeah, so we have another separate link for the social BFF membership area. Claudette, if you can send Kent the link to that membership area as well. Okay, thanks so much. So everyone has the link to download. Okay, so if you are asking what's the difference before we start discussing, how to set it up correctly, if you're starting, if you're guessing, I only have the standard edition anyway, and it's working, that's okay. But here are some of the difference between the starter edition or the light and the pro edition. Okay, so if you only have the starter edition, you can visit profiles, right? And of course, when you visit profiles, your prospects can see that you visited their profile. That's a good thing about LinkedIn. Whenever you visit someone's profile, they're going to see that you have viewed their profile, right? Then of course you can just wait for them to probably send you a connection request, but well, most of the time they won't, right? So the good thing of having a pro edition is that aside from visiting the profiles, you can actually automate the sending of connection requests. You can also send them messages, plus you can download the data and tag the profiles. So the last one here, this is something that's no longer available in LinkedIn. But if you have the pro version, you can also tag their profile. So this is really important if you want to manage your connections, right? So let's say you have combined, connections or network from different niches, and you want to manage them. So tagging is really, really handy. Okay. All right. Perfect. Do I have to be in Chrome browser to download? Yeah, so that's correct. So Social BFF only works in Google Chrome. So yes, so you need to open your Google Chrome. If you're using other browsers, so of course you need to open another browser just for you to have your Social BFF. Okay, let me just show you how it looks like if you have the Pro version versus having the standard or the light version. So I have here one LinkedIn account, and I opened it in another or a separate browser. So if you hover your mouse, I'm not sure if you can see my screen. Can you guys see my screen and where my mouse is? Okay, so if you hover your mouse on the Social BFF icon, it's going to show Social BFF Lite. Okay, and then of course, if you have the Pro version, it's going to look like this. Hover your mouse again, then it's supposed to say Social BFF Pro. Okay. All right, let's start with the downloads for those who have not downloaded and installed the software yet. So from the link I sent you, you go to the Social BFF Chrome Web Store. Okay, it's going to ask you to sign in. So that's the first thing that you need to do if you haven't signed in yet. Okay, so I'm signing in into my account. Once you have signed in successfully, you will see a button here that says Add to Chrome. So click on that. Then Add Extension. And then, of course, if it's successful, then you should see this small icon over here on the upper right corner of the screen. Okay. All right. So how do we now switch or get the Pro version? So if you only have the Lite, again, it's going to show Social BFF Lite here. Click on the Social BFF icon. Go to Options. It's going to open another window where you can see the different tabs. And of course, we need to go to User. And we have a field here where you can type in the license key. So again, if you don't have the license key yet, send us an email at support@mojoglobal.com. So for those who already have the license key, but you haven't, updated your Social BFF app yet, so this is where you go to paste it. Okay. So just simply paste it here. Once that's done, you can reload the page and it's going to save the setting for you. Okay. If you don't have the Pro version, there are some tabs or buttons here that would be grayed out, just like this one. So this is the light again, or the standard. I haven't upgraded this to the Pro. So automated actions for me again is not available. So I can still visit the profiles, just like what I've shown you earlier, but I won't be able to send connection requests. I won't be able to send them messages, okay? And that's what we actually want Social BFF to do for us. So compare that to the Pro version. This is my Pro version now. If I go to options over here, then all of those buttons are available for me, right? So remember earlier, the automated actions are grayed out now. I have send connection request to second and third degree. I have sending personalized message. I can turn this off for now, so just you can just see. So I can send email. I can follow any profile. I can save profile as lead using Sales Navigator. I can save the profile as PDF. I can even endorse the top 3 skills of my first degree connection, and I can tag the profiles when auto visiting. So those are the things that you can do using the Pro version, okay? Actually, let's start here. Let's talk about the automated actions. So whenever Social BFF visits profile or profiles, then of course, we can set this to automatically do things for us. So the first option here is sending connection request. So to grow your network, so this is the first thing that you would want to do, right? So all you need to do is toggle this on. So there's a button here. By default, it's going to show off, but you just need to click on it. And then you're going to see a field where you can type your personalized message, okay? There's also a box here that you need to put a check on if you want to include a personalized message to your connection request, okay? Here's an example. We have other examples that you can use for your prospects. I can actually send this to you. But if you have access to the membership area, let me just show that to you real quick. So this is the Certified Social Leads Consultant membership area. If you have access to this, then we have this conversion crusher message templates. And then we have the M1 and we have the M2 as well. So M1, this is the invitation to connect. So here we have lots of sample message templates that you can use. So for example, hi, I saw your profile and would love to connect. I love connecting with top people in your field. Let me know how I can be of assistance. So this is just an example. So I can copy this and send this over to everyone. Okay, I'll send this to the chat box. So again, I encourage everyone to follow along so you can, get the best or the most out of this training, I mean. Okay, there you go. I sent you the message template. Okay, let's go back to our options earlier, all right? So you can personalize this. You can even use the meta tags. So if you want your social BFF to automatically capture the first name of your prospects, you can use underscore FN underscore. And whenever social BFF visit profiles, then it's going to be replaced by the first name, okay? So this is going to be replaced by, let's say, Mark or Joseph or whatever the first name of your prospect is, okay? Okay, the second option here, let me just turn this off for now, is sending a personalized message to first degree connection. Okay, so this is now the M2. Let's go back to our membership area. So we have M2 or new connection message. So for example, you've sent dozens of connection invites today, and the following day, some of them, let's say 50% of them or 70% of them accepted your invite, then you would want to send them a thank you message, right? And that's going to be the M2. So sample M2 would be this one. So hi, and then it's going to capture the name again. Thanks for connecting. I hope everything is going great. So quick question, do you have capacity for more business? And so on. So this is an example of new connection message template. Okay, so remember the 3 steps that we want to follow. So we have message, connect, and monetize. Okay, so this is the messaging part. And of course, after we send them the message, so hopefully they're going to reply positively, and then we can start from there. We can send them our calendar link and book meetings and hopefully close the deal, right? So that's the goal of using the social BFF. Okay, let's go back to our options again. Okay, so type your message here. Um, uh, Ideally, we should be personalizing it. So of course, different people, different connections will have different personalities. So you can customize this depending on your connection. But if you are sending this to bulk, to multiple numbers, let's say you're sending this to 100 people, then of course it's going to be a lot easier if you're going to use the social BFF. Okay. Sending email. So this is the same as sending message, but this time this is to second and third degree connection. By the way, just a note, and I know I've already shown that in the reminder earlier. So even if this is saying send connection request to second and third degree, it's still recommended to just send connection request to second degree only. Okay, and the reason again why we want to do that is we want to avoid getting lots of rejections. So third degree connections are not directly connected to us. They're not even connected to our first degree. So chances are they don't know you. And if they don't know you, there's a higher chance that they're going to not accept your invite. Of course, and LinkedIn doesn't like that. So avoid sending to third degree connections. Okay. All right. We have saving or following any profiles using standard LinkedIn, saving profiles as leads, saving profiles as PDF. And here, so this is something that you can do for your first degree connection. Let's say they've already accepted your invite and you want to get on their good side. One of the things that you can do for them is endorse them on their top 3 skills. So it really depends on what their top 3 skills are. It can be about marketing, it can be about architecture or design and so on. But whatever that is, whatever is listed on their LinkedIn, that's what Social BFF is going to endorse them for. Okay. And that's automatic. That's going to be automatically done for us. Okay. And then last here is tagging profiles. So of course, if we are sending connection requests or if we are visiting profiles, sometimes we want to have we want to manage different groups of people. So for example, you're sending connection requests this time to dentist, and tomorrow you'll be sending connection requests to, I don't know, let's say nurses or um, architects or lawyers. So you can tag them by different keywords. So for example, today you can just type here lawyers. Okay. And then when you run the social BFF, every profile that will be visited will have a tag as lawyer. And then later on, I'm going to show you how this can be useful, right? Because there's an option in social BFF where you can just visit, a certain group only with a certain tag. Okay. So meaning it's not going to visit all the profiles that you have. Okay. All right, I'm going to delete this for now, but later on we'll go back to that. And then last here, name scrubber. This is already set up for you, but you can add to this, of course, to this list. This would be for the prefixes and suffixes of some of the names appearing in LinkedIn. So perfect example would be those with doctor in their profile, let's say Dr. Mark Miller or something, right? And then of course, since Social BFF is a robot, it doesn't really know what the first name is. So it will assume that doctor is the first name. And then remember, we have here using the meta tags. If you're going to use underscore FN underscore, then it's going to capture doctor only, right, as the first name. And of course, that doesn't make any sense. So let's just, add here anything else that you can think of that, that might be possible to the prospects or niches that you will be visiting, but it's already, what do you call this? The list has already been created for you. So we have here the most common ones. So we have PhD for the suffixes, we have DDS for Doctor of Dental Surgery, we have MBA and so on. So those are the common ones, right? But whenever you encounter something new, just add it here so that automatically Social BFF will remove them. Okay, make sense? Champ is asking, can we do this in mass action? So Champ, what exactly are you asking about? Is it for the sending of the connection requests? Yeah, if that's what you're asking for, then yes, we can send connection requests to all the profiles that we have. But remember again, we want to limit our number of invites being sent to 75 to 100 only per day. Okay. Endorsing of the skills. Oh yeah, so yes. So again, whenever you are visiting profiles, so this is going to go hand in hand, for example, to sending of personalized message. You can also turn this on. So whenever you visit all of your first degree connections, then all of them would get an endorsement to their top 3 skills. Okay. All right. Any other questions about the automated actions here? If none, we can move on to skipping. All right. So skipping, this would come in handy if let's say there's a certain group of people that you want to um, skip, of course, whenever you're running the social BFF. So there will be times, of course, you only want to deal with certain group of people. So for example, the first one, the first option here is skipping if outside of your network. And the reason why we want to do that again is we want to avoid getting the rejections or the declines for our connection request. So all you need to do is just simply turn this on if you want to do that. The second option is skip if not a premium subscriber. So premium subscribers are those who are paying for their LinkedIn account. So an example would be those who have Sales Navigator, right? Sales Navigator, you pay around $65 monthly, right? So versus those who are only using the free version or the free LinkedIn account. Okay, in the chat box, let me know why we would want to deal with premium subscribers only. So why do you think this is an option here? Why would someone want to deal with premium subscribers only? Okay, let me know in the chat box. Again, if you're asking what premium subscribers are, just in case you don't know, those are the paying subscribers of LinkedIn. Okay, ER says they know the value of LinkedIn. Very good. They're more engaged. That's perfect. Yes, that's really true. If they're paying for their LinkedIn subscription, then that means they're really serious, right? They know the value of LinkedIn. And of course, we would want to deal with those people, right? Versus someone who's only, using the free subscription or a free account. That's okay. So of course, some of them might be serious as well, but we already know that if you're paying for something, then that something has a value to you, right? Okay. The next one here is skip if not an open link member. So similar to premium subscribers, but this would be for business accounts. Open link member are those who are paying for their business LinkedIn account. Next is skip if not an influencer. So influencer again are those LinkedIn subscribers with lots of followers. They have lots of connections, and their connections are looking up to them for their recommendations, for every time they post, so people are always checking it out. And of course, if we want to deal with them, then or sorry, if yeah, so if you only want to deal with influencers, we simply turn this on. Okay. So reasons why you would want to deal with influencers only is for mostly for marketing purposes, right? If you want to promote a certain product or service and you want the influencer, for example, to help you in doing that, then yeah. So turn this on so that all the profiles that will be visited would be those of influencers only. Okay, next, skip if not a job seeker. So of course, if you have a business, you're looking for people to work for you. So turn this on so that all the profiles that will be visited would be those who are looking for jobs only. Okay. Next, skip if the profile is linked to your CRM. Another one here, skip if the profile photo is blank. So this is turned on by default. So we want to, well, uh, the reason why we want to deal with people with profile pictures only is because again, similar to those having premium subscription, people without profile pictures may not be too serious, or maybe they just created a dummy account, or maybe they are spammers. That's why they're not showing their faces. So of course, we would only want to deal with people who are showing who they are, right? Make sense? Okay, next one here, skip profiles tagged as. So this would go hand in hand with what we had earlier in the actions. So remember here, we can tag people with a certain keyword. So let's say you sent messages or you send connection requests to multiple people from different niches, different industries, some of them from yeah, financial services, some of them from retail and so on. And then here, when you go to skipping, you want to skip a certain group, right? So all you need to do is tag or type here the keyword that you used for tagging earlier. So let's say you type dentist and you want to skip all the dentists for today, just type dentist here in the field, okay? And then of course, last one, we have skip profiles that match a certain pattern. This is using the regular expression, okay? And then we have history skipper. By default, this is set to skip profiles visited in the past 31 days. This would be important if you are sending connection requests, right? You don't want to keep on sending connection requests every day to the same people, right? And they might see you as, spammy. So by default, we want to, keep it as or at skip profiles visited in the past 31 days. So everyone that were visited in the past 31 days will not be visited again. Okay, next we have throttling. So by default, this is what you should be seeing there, right? If you haven't touched, if you haven't, changed any of the settings here, and we recommend that, you keep it that way. There's even a warning here that says changing these settings could lead to LinkedIn blocking your account due to excessive profile visiting. You can change this and make the number of connection requests, for example, lower, right? To do that, all you need to do is put a check here on this little box. Check to confirm you understand the risk and change this to 75 or 50 per day. That's perfectly okay, right? We just don't recommend to change this to something higher. So don't make it 125, 200, and so on, right? So whatever is there by default, that's relatively safe. If you want to make it lower, that's still okay. Just don't, go higher, okay? And then of course, we've already seen the user. This is again where you type in the license key. Okay. Any questions about how to set up the options or the preferences in LinkedIn, oh, sorry, in the social BFF? ER is asking, should profile visits be less than 200? So yes, so we recommend again visiting up to 100 profiles only. If you have Sales Navigator, you can have more, but it's still safer if you set it to 100 per day. Okay, browser. So we don't really change, a lot here. So this is for uh, mostly for notifications. If you don't want to receive notifications, and the file format if you're going to download the data later on. So you can use what separator it will be using, right? So we don't really change the setting here. So whatever is there by default, just leave it as is. So you would always want to go to action, skipping, and throttling. Well, actually just skipping and actions most of the time. User, you only go here when you are going to set up your pro version. And browser, we don't really go here that much. Okay. All right. So once you have set the automated actions, so we can now start visiting profiles. So let's start with sending off the connection request. Okay, so for us to send connection request, again, make sure that you turn this on, the first button to toggle it on, put a check on the small box here, type in your personalized message, and once it's done, we can go now to our LinkedIn, right? So the first thing that we need to do is search for our prospect. So it's really up to you. So are we looking for speakers, for example, right? It depends on the market that you're targeting. So type whatever keyword that you have in mind for the prospects that you want, and then make sure that you're selecting speaker or whatever keyword that is in people, not in jobs. Okay. All right. I'm using regular LinkedIn. I don't have Sales Navigator, but if you have Sales Navigator, it's a lot better if you're using it because you have more options for more targeted filters. But here, using the regular LinkedIn, We also have some filters over here, right? So first thing that you need to make sure of whenever you're sending connection requests, as I've mentioned, is to select second degree only. Okay. Again, we don't want to send connection requests to third degree because we want to avoid getting rejects. And then click on apply. You can also limit your search to a certain location and current companies, or you can click on all filters over here so you can see all the other options available to us. So we have location. So let's say you want to limit your search to United States only. You have current companies, past companies, industries. So let's say you only want to look for speakers. Remember, we're searching for speakers. Speakers from the marketing and advertising. So there you go. So put a check there. And then school. So it's really up to you if you want to do that. So there's a whole lot more that you can do in Sales Navigator. You can even filter based on the number of employees in their companies. You can even filter there the number of years of experience of the people you are searching for. So let's say you only want to um, get prospects that are speakers who have been in the industry for, let's say, 5 to 10 years, right? So you can do that using Sales Navigator, okay? But again, even if you only have the regular LinkedIn, that's perfectly okay. So you only have to select whatever options that you have here and then click on apply once you're happy with all of your selections. Okay, so based on the selections I've used, so again, speakers in the United States from the marketing and advertising industry and all second degree only. Just in case you don't know the difference between first, second, and third degree. First degree are the people already connected, to you. Second degree are the people connected with your first degree. So they're not your direct connections, but connections of your first degree. And then third degree are the direct connections of your second degree. Okay. So now we have all the profiles in front of us. So whenever you have this, then social BFF, actually, let's go back so that you can see the notification. Okay, so whenever you have profiles that are ready to be visited, you will see something like this. Social BFF at your service. So that means you can start running, you can start visiting the profiles, okay? And then to visit the profiles, all we need to do is click on this small icon over here, upper right corner of the screen, okay? We have visit profiles. Just click on it. There's going to be a pop-up window. So this is more for you to review all the settings that we have done earlier in the options. If you're happy with all of your selections, click the OK button, right? And then right away, you can see that Social BFF will start working. So it started visiting the profiles. Profiles will be visited from the topmost, right? So the first one on the list will be visited first, moves on to the second one, and so on. Okay, so it already got the first connection or first profile I have here, who is Tonjua. Okay, it got the profile. Okay, it's sending the connection request now. Succeeded sending connection request. So there you go. So it was able to send the connection request to my first prospect over there. So the pausing, so you can see, pausing, and then there's a number of seconds, for example, like this. So this is based on the throttling settings that we have. So we don't want to make it really, really fast, again, to avoid getting flagged by LinkedIn. So just leave it as is, okay? So once we're done with the first, it's going to move on to the next one. So let's just give it a few more minutes so we can get the second prospect. And then we'll stop so that we can discuss the other options available to us, okay? Okay, so now it's visiting Mike Driggers. So that's the second connection I have on my screen. So there you go. It's visiting. Okay, it got the profile. Now it's going to send the connection request or the message. Okay, sending connection request. And there you go, successful. Okay, so you can stop. So by default, this is set to send 100 connection requests per day, but of course, I'm not going to wait until that's complete. So we can stop the robot for now. So again, if you want to stop Social BFF, click on the icon again, and we have a button here that says Stop Robot. So just click on it. It's going to say stop or stopping, right? And now we can check if we really, if the connection request was really sent successfully. So to do that, we need to go to My Network. Okay, inside your LinkedIn. So click on My Network, then go to Manage All. Okay, so we have received and sent here. Of course, we want to go to Sent. So right here. And there you go. So these are the connection requests I was able to send just a few seconds ago. Okay, so 2 minutes ago to be exact. So the first one, Tonjua. So as you can see, our meta tag, the underscore FN underscore worked perfectly. So it captured the first name over here. I saw your profile and would love to connect. Okay. And then the second one, so hi Mike, I saw your profile and would love to connect. So those are the two profiles that were visited. Of course, if you're going to let it run, it's going to continue running until it completes. Well, it really depends if it's 75 or 100, depending on your settings. Okay. And the good thing about Social BFF is that it will work in the background. So let's say you're going to do something else, you can just leave it here running. That's okay. Just make sure that you're not going to close your LinkedIn. So because the moment you close your LinkedIn, Social BFF is going to stop working as well. Okay. All right. So next, let's move on to the second option available to us. If you don't have any questions on sending the profile, sorry, the connection request, so we can turn this off because we don't need it for now. Turn on the second button, send personalized message to first degree connection, okay? So of course, you have a message over here that you can personalize. I will get a message from our membership area. Just give me a sec over here. Okay, so if you have your personalized message again, I'm just going to put underscore FN underscore. So this is an example of a message that you can send after they accepted the invite. So it's an honor connecting with you. Do you have time for a quick word? And then of course, make sure that you change this with your signature. Oops. So this is just an example. Then you can see that automatically Social BFF will save your settings, right? Once you're done with your personalized message, you can go back to your LinkedIn, okay? So remember, this is our thank you message, or M2. After they accepted our invite, we'll be sending them a thank you message. So we need to go, this time we need to go to My Network again, and we go to, on the left side of the screen, you can see here all the connections that you have. Click on See All. That's going to show all the connections that you have, right? This is my first degree connection. And then as you can see, we have Social BFF at your service notification here again. So it means we're ready to visit the profiles. I remember, was that ER asking earlier if we want to send them or endorse them to their top 3 skills. So yeah, you can turn this on as well. So when we visit the first degree connection, automatically they're going to be endorsed for their top 3 skills as well. Yeah, if you have this turned on, of course. Okay. Okay, now let's click on the Social BFF, click on Visit Profiles. Then we can see here the settings that we have. So as you can see here, endorse the top 3 skills. It will also send a message, right? Then when you're happy, if everything here is set, you can click the OK button. Okay. Okay, so just let it run there. It's going to start visiting again, just like what we did earlier. Social BFF will start visiting the profile at the topmost, and then it will continue to the second one and so on. Okay. A question from ER. If Social BFF stops working for whatever reason, will it continue where it left off when you reactivate it? Yes, that is correct. So Social BFF knows when you the last profiles that were visited again. Just make sure that in the skipping. So let's just go to that setting real quick. So here, just make sure that this is set up correctly, right? It's really up to you if you want to skip profiles that were visited in the past 24 hours or never skip profiles or skip profiles. Again, the default that you can see there is skip profiles visited in the past 31 days. So if the profiles were already visited, Social BFF already knows those profiles and they will be skipped. So automatically it would start on the first one that has not been visited yet. Okay. Yeah, but of course, if you have never skipped profiles, when you run the Social BFF again, so chances are all those profiles that were visited, let's say yesterday, will be visited again today. What did that mean on the bottom? Revisit in one day. Oh, okay. So yeah, that's based on the settings that we have in skipping. Okay, let me stop this first. So yeah, so we were able to visit the first profile, as you can see here. I can stop the robot for now, so we can. By the way, if this is running, so you can, whenever you click something in LinkedIn, you're going to see that yellow alert. So for example, I click on message here, I'm going to get this alert. So that means you can't do anything in LinkedIn in the same LinkedIn window when the Social BFF is running. Okay, so you would get this alert, right? But if you want to use LinkedIn to do something else, that's really easy to do. All you need to do is open another browser and open LinkedIn again. So that's how you do it. Because as long as Social BFF is running, you won't be able to click anything inside. You're always going to get this message. Okay. Yeah. Or what you can do, you can stop it temporarily. So just stop it. And then, of course, you can click on the buttons. You can click on the message, you can click on home, and so on. Okay. Yeah. So was I able to answer your question, Glenn? So revisit in one day because earlier I have here in skipping tab, I've set this to skip profiles visited in the past 24 hours. Okay, all right, perfect. Okay, so here, as you can see, there is the message that I've sent to Charles. Okay, so I just typed hi underscore fn underscore and automatically it captured the first name. That's also why we want to make sure that here in the actions tab, we have all the suffixes and prefixes included here because, for example, Charles has, let's say doctor in front of his name, then this is going to say, hi, doctor, right? It's an honor connecting with you, okay? All right. Okay, we're almost at the top of the hour. Any questions so far? Any questions for me? The green dot. Oh, here. So this is just showing who's online. So those people without this green dot over here means they are offline or they're not in LinkedIn currently. But for those who have the green icon or circle in their picture, that means they're also online today. Okay. All right. Any other questions? So the membership area I've shown you earlier, that's called the Certified Social Leads. So Certified Social Leads Consultant area. So this one over here, let me just show it to you real quick again, right? So here, we have lots of resources that you can use of. Okay, so we have here video training, we have here the message templates, so all the training resources to help you become successful in your business. So would be here. So if you want to know more about the social leads consultant program, or if you want to get access to the Certified Social Leads Consultant membership area, all you need to do is send us an email again at support@mojoglobal.com. Okay. Any other questions for me today? So again, there will be a replay of this session, right? It's going to be uploaded in the Social BFF membership area. We'll send you an email within the day on how you can access it. Any questions? So let's just answer a couple more questions before we wrap up. Okay, I guess everyone's okay. Okay, no more questions. All right. Okay. Okay, so did you learn something today? So let me know in the comment box if you learned something. And well, if there's any more questions that you might have, and well, it's probably because you haven't really tried Social BFF yet. But let's say after you use the Social BFF, you will eventually find something that you're not really clear on. Just send us an email. Again, that's support@mojoglobal.com. Okay. Okay. So if you don't have any more questions, thanks again for joining today's session. Okay, congratulations for choosing Social BFF. You're already way ahead of your competition. So all you need to do right now is actually use the software, send those connection requests, book those meetings, and of course, close those deals. Okay, so remember again, connect, message, and monetize. That's what we always want to do. Okay, so thanks again, everyone. Thanks for joining and enjoy the rest of your day. All right, bye for now.